All right, welcome to Module 3 of the beginners class. And today we will be talking on margin. In this module, it's important that I help you to understand what margin is or are. So, from my definition here, so margin is the amount of money that the trader needs to put forward in order to open a position. When trading forex on margin, you only need to pay percentage of the full value of the position to open the trade. Okay, now let me try to put a bit more explanation to this. All right, so let's say, for example, you have let's say $1,000 in your trading in your trading account. Now, once you take a trade, let's say, let's give an example. Maybe you just take a trade randomly, maybe a 0.1 lot size. You would find out that your balance and your equity will be different. Your equity will will remain constant, while your balance will be floating, depending on if you are in profit, or if you are in a if you're in a loss or a drawdown. So if I'm going to explain margin in in layman language, very easy to understand, I would say margin is like a down payment you need to make. Like, okay, but however, it is not being deducted from your trading equity. It's just an amount of money you need to have for you to be able to open a particular position. So, in a real life situation, let me give an example. Let's say, for example, let's say Bill Gates, the billionaire, said, okay, he's holding a billionaires party, and for you to be able to attend the billionaires party, your ticket is that you have to have a private jet, and for you to be able to attend that party, definitely you would agree with me. You won't be. It's not as if you will be making a payment for entry with your private jet. No, you just have to own it. So in the same way in forex trading, now the amount of money you need to open a particular position, depending on your lot size, is what we call your margin. So let's say, for example, I have $1,000, like I said earlier, and you need to open a position, maybe a 1.0 lot size, and the margin, the amount of money needed for you to keep that position open is $100. So your margin, you're going to have what we call a free margin, and you're going to have what we call used margin, which I'm still going to explain. So basically, in simple terms, margin is the amount of money you need to like put forward for a position to be open. However, it is not deducted from your trading account. All right. So from what is used margin? Like I said earlier, used margin refers to the amount of money you deposited to keep all trades open. So for let's say, for example, if you have five positions open and you have $1,000, and for those five positions to be open, you need about, let's say, $200. So your used margin is going to be $200. While you're on, of course, the other part of the margin is going to be the unused margin, which in this case is going to be eight is going to be 800. So 800. So your used margin would be for $200, while the unused margin will be $800, which you can use. So it is with your unused margin you get to open into another other trade. So one of the challenges I get to find a lot of traders, or some of the mistakes they get to make, is that, so for example, a trade is going on. Okay, they've already opened a particular trading position, and their used margin is already, let's say, $200. Let's say, for example, they have $1,000 to trade. Now, whenever you want to do a calculation, whenever you want to calculate your maybe private, you came across another trade, and you want to, you want to pick another trade or open another position. Of course, after doing your analysis, your current balance is not $1,000. Your current balance is $800. You use from what, what your balance, which you're going to use to calculate the amount of risk you're going to you're going to experience, is from the what is it called, from the unused margin. A lot of time I get to see a lot of traders who have trades running, and anytime they want to calculate their risk, example using the position size calculator, they still get to use their initial equity. And sometimes, if that is the case, in a case where you open multiple positions and the trade it doesn't go the way you want it, that's why some people get what we call a margin call. So let me use this let me use this image to buttress my explanation. So let's say for example you have account balance, your account balance is 5,000 balance. So whenever you don't have a trade running, your both your balance and your equity are going to be the same. But if you have a trade running, your equity is going to be your equity is going to be stable. That means it's static, while your balance would be going up and down depending if you're in loss or you are in profit. So, like I rightly explained, the used margin is let's say for example, if you see what I have below here on this part of my presentation, we have $5,000. However, $200 has been used to open a particular position. So what you have left is what we call your used margin. So in a situation where I want to take a trade, for example, whenever I want to take into go into trade, it will be wrong for me to say my account balance is 5,000. No, my account balance is not 5,000. My account balance will be what um I'm going to use my free margin. Sorry, sorry about that. So let's say, for example, from what we have here, please pardon me. The use margin is 4,800. So out of my $5,000, I have used 4,800 to open different positions. These are the money needed for me to open that position. Let's say, for example, I'm using very big lot sizes, maybe 2.0, 10.0, and so on. So if I'm going to take any other trade again, what I have left to trade is my $200. That is my free margin. Free, like what is available for you. And use margin, of course, simply means what has been used up. So it is important you understand your margin, your free margin. It helps you to adequately calculate your risk so you don't get stumped out of a trade. You get to hear people say, some I don't know what happened. My trade was closed, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people get stopped out of trade. So what is margin trading? If I say, so we have unrealized profit loss refers to the profit or loss held in your current position in your active or trade. Unrealized profit or loss, PL means profit or loss, is also known as your floating profit because the value is constantly changing. So that is that about margin. And of course, like I rightly said, your free margin, of course, is simply what you have from what I clearly explained here. So if you say free margin refers to the equity in a trader's account that is not tied up in margin for current open trade. So let's say, like I said, you have $5,000, you already used 4,800 to open some particular positions. Your free margin is $200. So that's the only available amount for you to take other other trades, as it were. So that takes us to, and that is that about margins. It's important we know our margin because it helps us to know what exactly are we to risk, and that is where we end module 3 on free margins and all that has to do with margin. If you have any question, of course you can drop it in the comment box and I will respond to it as soon as possible. Thank you for your time. Till I come your way again, I am Femi Adebusi.